Hi business owners. Today we're going to talk about Google. I'm Suzanne Travers, founder of Store Talent. Now, as a business owner, there are tools available through Google to help you identify how to better show up in the search rankings. You don't have to leave it all to chance. There are things you can do, such as, of course, search engine optimization, or SEO, as many of you are aware of, but there are also techniques you can use when you write a blog, when you write the text for your website, if you're writing an article for a publication. There are words that you can incorporate into those that will help Google find you. And they're based on what is called keywords within Google. Now, Google keywords are really the answers that come up in the search engine results. You think about it, somebody puts in a question, and what do they get? They get an answer. This is what Google thinks the answer is to that particular question. And what you want is you want to be the answer when somebody puts in a question. So you've got to know what answers are coming up so that you can take those terms and use them in your writings on your website, blog, and in articles. Now, please realize what I'm going to show you has nothing to do with advertising on Google. It happens to be a tool that Google has designed for the people who advertise on Google to use. That doesn't mean you have to advertise on Google to use it. It doesn't mean that you have to have a paid membership or anything. It's free. It's free for business owners or people who want to move their rankings up within Google. It's free for people to use. All you need to have is a Google email account. That's the only requirement to get a Google AdWords account. So Google AdWords is where you go to log in. You'll want to go to Google and search for Google AdWords. And what it'll do is it'll take you, you'll find eventually your way to this site. It's different for everybody, which is why I'm not giving you the link, because it's unusual. As typical with Google, everything is customized to your specific browser and to everything you've been doing on Google. And that's why you get the results you do. So this is where you end up eventually with Google AdWords if you put that in the search result. And what you see is exactly what I told you. Here's advertise your business on Google, but that doesn't have anything to do with what we're going to use it for. And you need a Google Gmail account. Okay, so you clicked your password into the Google AdWords account, and this is the window it brings you to. The first place you want to go is you see this block here, search for new keyword and ad groups. Click on that and it takes you to a screen. And what that screen is, it's a place where you can enter words that you'll be able to search and see what types of terms are people using in that related area. So I'm going to use career because many of you are career experts, and so that's something that would be, that's a word that would be of interest to you. You're most likely got something on your website or in your blog or somewhere. You put the word in there. We've got the English and different things we've got set up here, filters. If you're advertising, there's reasons to use these tools, but you're not advertising. We're just using this as a tool to get ideas, to use words that Google likes because they come up in search engines. We want to use those words in our website and our blogs. So I put in the word career and I searched, and it gave me ad group ideas. So it says keywords like career advice. Okay, there's 30 different keywords for career advice. It gives you some of what those keywords are over here. And then the next column is average monthly searches. And what that is, those are the times on average that those words come up in Google. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that because we want to be able to search by the most popular terms, the most popular words that come up in relationship to career. So you see right now the way it's sorted, it doesn't have really rhyme or reason to it. It may to Google, but right now that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in monthly search, the top searches. So here we are, keywords like in-demand careers, 487 terms. Here are the different terms. Over 2 million times the term search comes up a month in these 487 keywords. So let's click on those and see what they are. That takes us to the second tab that was in the screen. So here are the keywords by relevance. Again, we're going to come over. We want the most popular at the top because those are the ones that we want to focus on. Oh my goodness, look what comes up first. If that isn't a sign of the times, government jobs. Okay, 165,000 times a month the term government jobs comes up when somebody asks a question about career. Okay, so if I'm writing an article and I want to make sure that a lot of people find it in their search results, I want to help myself move up in the rankings, I might write an article about government jobs to move my article up in the search rankings. Let's look at what's second. It says jobs hiring. Okay, that comes up 110,000 times a month. Career, the term career comes up 74,000 times. So I might take those three terms and incorporate them into an article. I might incorporate it into my website if I have career advice, if I'm an expert and I give people advice about how to find careers in specific industries. I might have in there, these are some of the industries we help people in. We help you in your career search, perhaps, when you're looking for government jobs. Those are terms we can incorporate, and we can, if you look down here, there's lots of different terms. Employment, look at that. Those of you in the career arena, you know that's a term that HR people see as dated. But look, it's coming up in search results over 40,000 times a month. So it may in actuality be a term you want to incorporate into your writings, even though in the industry, in HR, it's perceived to be a dated term. So you can take these different terms and work it into your text. And sometimes it's surprising because you may have a word you think is very popular, it turns out not to be, because it's not what's really coming up in the search engines. I'm going to show you something interesting. Remember we had our government jobs over here. If you put the term career in, it comes up 165,000 times. Let's put an S on it and see what happens. Let's say careers, and let's get ideas. And look what we find out. Okay, now the word career in the ad group, it came back to that tab. It has over 522 terms that show up when the answer is careers, plural, and it comes up over 2 million times. So now let's click on those 522 terms and see what the terms are. Well, now look what comes up first. It already, see, Google is so smart with their algorithms. They know I want this search now. It took me this is my third time, and look what happened. The searches came back already sorted, because somewhere back in one of its algorithms it says this crazy lady wants to see the number of top searches first. So resume comes up 368,000 times. Look what comes up second. If you put in careers plural, it comes up second after resumes. It's still the same number we had before. That was 165,000 when we looked at the terms in career, the keywords for career. And it's 165,000 under government jobs under careers plural, same number. It's just now it's been outranked by the term resume. So let's see, we had before, we said we were going to have government jobs in our article. We probably want to use the term resume in our article. We certainly want to use the term career. Look at this, work from home, 95,000 or 90,000 times it shows up. So wouldn't it be interesting if I'm going to write an article, I might talk about the fact that if you go to work in a government job or government jobs, if you're looking for government jobs, obviously you're not going to be able to work from home. I've worked the two terms, two keyword phrases. That's what that's called when you have more than one keyword. It's a keyword phrase. I've worked those phrases into my article. And I might add that you need a resume, whether you're going to go to work for the government or you're looking for a work from home position with a company. So this is kind of how you use it. You take the words and you incorporate it into the articles to help yourself move up in the search rankings. It doesn't matter what terms you use. You can put in eye care. I'm going to use eye care. Actually, I'll put contacts in because contacts, that's a term I've been using with an eye doctor, an optometrist we've been working with, and we put the word contacts in here. Now look, again, it came back sorted because it knows I want that, and it's 248,000 times the term contacts comes up. So let's look at what those words are, those key words. Well, not contact, 90,000. I'm not going to use that because that could be contact me. That could be contact in terms of connecting with people rather than contacts. So I'm not going to pay attention to that one because that's not probably what I'm looking for. But the term lens, contact lens, that is a term I'm looking for if I'm an optometrist that I would want to have in my article on my website. I want to make sure it says contact lens if that's the product that I sell. And there's all different types, so you can look at what words are used. There's down here contacts for astigmatism. You might want to incorporate that into your blog. Let's look at a specific contact, AccuView. This is interesting. AccuView is very popular. It comes up, look at this, 155,000 searches a month. It comes up. So let's click on that and look at the terms that, we'll look at the first term that comes up, 1-800 contacts. Well, if I'm an optometrist with an office in Sandy Springs, I'm not going to be wanting to promote 1-800 contacts, but what I might want to do is incorporate it into an article about the advantages of going to a local optometrist to get my exam and do my business with, as opposed to doing my business with a big online presence like 1-800 contacts. So now I've got that big number, that 33,000 number keyword phrase into my article, but it doesn't have anything to do with my business, but I'm educating people about the differences between going to an optometrist locally and getting your products versus, and the advantage of that versus going to a big company like a 1-800. So there's ways you can use this. You can put in whatever terms you want. You can search as much as you want. I honestly believe that if you are writing anything to be published digitally, you owe it to yourself to use the Google keyword tool to see what words are being searched that relate to your article so that you can help Google find you. That's really what it's all about, is making it easy for Google to find you. You don't have to do the SEO. It's certainly helpful and it will certainly move you up in the rankings. But think about this. You may have outsourced your website and you may have a firm or consultant developing it for you. And one of the pieces that they should be incorporating into your website is SEO, or search engine optimization. Well, do you really want to leave that to them to determine what keywords to use? Do you really think they're going to take the time to pull up the keyword planner and look up your words in your business and make sure that those words are in the back end of your platform and those words are matching up with what you want in terms of being found on Google's search engine? Is that really their job? It may be. You may be paying them to do that, and that's great. But wouldn't it give you the edge to go out there yourself and find out what those words are so that you can make sure they're picking the right words and that you can manage them and direct them effectively to put in the words that you really want to be found for? Because there's a keyword phrase, there's some keyword phrase out there, usually it's at least 3 words that you want to be known for. Sometimes it's your tagline, sometimes it's just a word phrase that you feel is in your particular industry, this is what I want to be known for. And so that's the phrase you want to use in your SEO and push everybody to in your SEO. So you owe it to yourself, for your business, to find out what those words are so that you can be driving your staff, your team, your vendors to support you with those words to help Google find you. So I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know. I would love to hear from you. I've got lots of other information I can share with you. This was my first topic because several people I know are actually working on things right now that and they need this information. But if you have a question about something specific about a different digital marketing arena, please let me know and I'll be glad to do a little quick video for you with the information if I don't have the information, because goodness knows I don't know everything about it. I've been studying it for several years now, but I've got lots of resources I can turn to. I can get the information for you. We can put together a video and answer whatever questions you have. I hope to hear from you. I'd love to know what you think of the video and what I'm sharing with you, and if it was helpful or not, and any ideas you have for improvements. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.